What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update and daily news report. We have a lot of breaking news going on right now. I have new information regarding lockdowns and shutdowns in the United States happening right now. I also have information regarding the next stimulus check that just came out. And I have another stimulus program that is going out right now for $5,000 for certain people. I'm going to cover that. And I'm starting the What's in the Box contest. If you can guess what's in that box from my clues, you could get $100 directly from me. I'm going to be giving away $500 this time around. I will give you a clue to what is in that box at the end of this video. And we're basically doing this to provide some families a nice Thanksgiving, give some money back to our viewers. We're going to be doing this even more going forward as we get closer to Christmas. So make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on video updates and clues. And you can click the bell icon if you want to get notifications when we go live, which is typically at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to like this video down below. It really helps out our channel. Okay, first up, as the United States is struggling with this pandemic, we just again broke a new all-time high in cases of 187,000 new people just yesterday have tested positive for the virus in the United States alone. 187,000 in just one day. This breaks our previous high of 181,000 about a week ago. We're averaging over 160 to 180,000 new cases every single day. That's over 1 million new people every single week having contracted and tested positive for this virus and also being contagious. There's over 3 million people in the United States alone that are contagious right now. In addition to that, it's not just people testing positive, it's also deaths. We had just under 2,000 people yesterday fall from this virus, which is a high going all the way back to June, where we had a one-day spike of 2,400. And besides that, it goes all the way back to early May, the very beginning of the pandemic. So we're now starting to see a new spike, a new near an all-time high of people that have passed away from this virus in addition to cases. Now, as this is happening, we're seeing new shutdowns and new lockdowns in partial or full capacity across the United States. California's governor just announced a new 30-day lockdown in California. The limited stay-at-home order applies to 41 counties, that is almost the entire state of California, of almost 40 million people. Beginning on Saturday, quote, non-essential work, movement, and gathering in purple tier counties must stop between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. In addition to this, we're seeing partial lockdowns like this across the United States, and we're also seeing limitations and restrictions on businesses, dining indoors, gyms, nightclubs, bars, sports facilities. And honestly, I don't think it's going to get better until we get the vaccine going, which at earliest will be at the very end of December or possibly Q1 or Q2 of 2021. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany just gave a press conference today.
Good afternoon, everyone. The beginning of the end of the pandemic started with the leadership of President Trump. In recent days, Pfizer and Moderna reported the highly successful results of their vaccine development, each achieving a COVID vaccine that is over 90% effective. We know Moderna is 94.5% effective, Pfizer 95%. That is extraordinary. In July, the Trump administration, as part of Operation Warp Speed, agreed to provide Pfizer with $1.95 billion to manufacture and distribute their COVID vaccine, allowing this vaccine to be provided free for the American people. While Democrats were pursuing a highly divisive and entirely baseless impeachment endeavor as far back as January 13th, this president, the Trump administration, and the National Institute of Health was partnering with Moderna and working on this vaccine for the American people. But that's not all. This administration has remained engaged on the development and distribution of a safe and effective vaccine throughout the year, began in January and continued thereafter. On May 15th, Operation Warp Speed was launched. On September 16th, we released 2 documents outlining a strategy to deliver a safe and effective vaccine. These documents were the strategic distribution overview and the interim playbook for state, tribal, territorial, and local health programs and partners. On September 23rd, we provided $200 million to jurisdictions to support plans for eventual distribution. On October 14th, we provided $31 million to Sitvia for vaccine-related consumable products. On October 16th, we made agreements with CVS and Walgreens to administer vaccines to residents of long-term care facilities. On October 21st, under the PrEP Act, we issued guidance authorizing qualified pharmacy technicians to administer the vaccine. On October 30th, we announced that McKesson Corporation will produce, store, and distribute vaccine ancillary supply kits on behalf of the Strategic National Stockpile to help healthcare workers who will administer the vaccines. And on November 12th, we announced the partnership with large chain pharmacies and independent regional ones to deliver safe and effective vaccines. The unprecedented response to this pandemic has already saved many American lives. And as you can see, this timeline was ongoing. This was a long process and one that we are very proud of.
Now, earlier, the White House announced that they will have potentially up to 100 million vaccines as early as this year by the end of 2020 in December. Regarding stimulus, 1 million people in October alone in the United States have now entered poverty that weren't under the poverty line before. 1 million new people just in October alone. Steve Mnuchin has announced, and I've mentioned this before on the channel, that there is $138 billion in Paycheck Protection Program that is sitting there unspent. This is money for small businesses to use to pay the paychecks of their employees. There's also an additional $455 billion that is unspent that is given to the Federal Reserve, and they want to take that back and send it back to the Treasury so they can spend that money on stimulus programs, and stimulus checks and distribute that money to families. $138 billion to go to Paycheck Protection Program, and there's $455 billion that they already have sitting there, and the Fed wants to keep it. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin wants the Fed to send that money back to the Treasury so that they can spend that on stimulus right now. Yeah, between those two programs and other money that is sitting there, there's actually up to $800 billion sitting around from previous stimulus programs that has already been approved at least once and is just sitting there and does not need to be printed. It's not money that needs to be printed. It's money that they can spend now. It may need to be reappropriated, or they might need some stipulations passed by Congress. It just depends. They could do this through executive order also, but there's up to $800 billion that is sitting there that has already been approved that they haven't spent yet. In addition to that, we're starting to see more and more state and local cities every single day passing stimulus to their resident states, cities, and counties are passing money right now to people that reside in their state or county while we're waiting for the federal government to pass a stimulus to everybody. And in this video, I'm going to give you 2 more areas that are passing stimulus right now. Miami-Dade County will give out $250 gift cards to residents to spend on food and $20,000 business grants for stimulus relief. Up to $8.5 million more in Miami from the CARES Act is going to be distributed to those in need. As you can see, City of Miami officials announced on Wednesday that they will distribute more than $8.5 million to businesses and residents who have been financially impacted from the virus. City officials will release more details about how and when to apply in the next coming days. Businesses can start applying Friday morning at 9 a.m. To be eligible, businesses cannot have received other federal assistance funds. So that is for Miami, and also Santa Cruz, California has now launched a new emergency rental assistance program The program provides an opportunity for Santa Cruz residents to apply for emergency rent assistance to help offset their overdue rent bills since April. The program will provide applications with 2 months of assistance with a maximum of $2,500 per month, which is $5,000 per household. So, again, this program is for Santa Cruz, California, up to $5,000 of stimulus money that has already been approved. And all you need to do is go and out and apply for it and meet their possible stipulations. All these different programs, Miami, Santa Cruz, California, and all the previous states that I've covered, they all have slightly different criteria. So if you or anybody you know is from one of those areas, make sure to look into it and apply as soon as possible. I will keep you guys updated with more states and local city areas that are coming out with information every single day. In addition to that, we, my wife and I, and our 2-year-old son, Julian, like to give back to our viewers who are in need, or if you're just a viewer, I mean, pretty much everybody's in need right now, right, with this pandemic. So we do these nice little fun contests called the What's in the Box contest, where if you can guess what's in this box, you could receive money directly from us. We're starting a new one now. And if you can guess what's in this box, this time around, we're going to be giving 5 people $100, so $500 total from our family to yours for Thanksgiving. These contests only last for a few days. I will be giving you 1 clue per video. The first clue will start today. Make sure you get a piece of paper and a pen and write these clues down, because as you get more and more clues, they will start to make more and more sense. Not one clue will pretty much give it all away. So 1 clue per video. And today's first clue is, it comes in many colors. So what is in the box comes in many colors. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment down below. If you guess correctly, from there you will be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly, and from there we will randomly pick 5 people this time around for $100 each, $500. And we're going to be doing more of these going into Christmas, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon on with all notifications on, so you don't miss out on new videos, new clues, new information regarding the federal stimulus check, the state and local stimulus programs, and unemployment, and everything related. I will keep you guys updated. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.